Welcome back for part 3, working rounds 9 through 19. We're going to continue where we left off. Now I've chosen to change to a different color, and I just did that as I joined my final slip stitch. I picked up the new color. We will start with a chain 3 and make 3 double crochet into that same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. We'll skip 2 stitches and make back post half double crochet around the next 23. 1, 2, 3, 22, and 23 back post half double crochet. Skip 2 stitches, then we'll work 7 double crochet into the next. So skip 2, 7 double crochet into this next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So that is our repeat for this round, starting where we skip 2 stitches, work the 23 back post half double crochet, skip 2 stitches, 7 double crochet in the next. So you can do that 4 more times, and I'll meet you to finish up our last repeat at the end of this round. So after your 5 repeats, you will want to skip those next 2 stitches and work those 23 back post half double crochet one more time. Skip 2 stitches, and then we're going to work 3 double crochet back in the same stitch where we started. So we already have a chain 3 and 3 double crochet in that same stitch. And so when we add these 3 double crochet, that will equal those 7 double crochet like all of our other beginning petals. And then join with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 for a total of 180 stitches. So you can see now how we're shifting the petal over. It will fall in between the part 2 petals to add them on the sides that way and to continue growing our flower. Round 10, using the same color, I've already worked mine, but you want to work that starting back post slip stitch around the chain 3 to bring your yarn to the back. So the back post slip stitch around the chain 3 from the previous round, chain 2, which counts as a back post double crochet. We'll work another back post double around that same chain 3 from the first round. We'll work a back post double around each of the next 2 doubles, so 1 and 2, and then 2 back post double around this last double of that group. We'll skip 2 stitches, so those first 2 back post halves we will skip, and we're going to work 19 back post half double crochet. So starting in the 3rd back post half from last round, we'll work a back post half and 19 of them. So I have 1, 2, 3 back post half double crochet, 18 and 19 back post half double crochet, skip 2 stitches, so those last 2 back post half doubles, we're going to work 2 back post double crochet around that first double in the group of 7. So 1 back post double and a 2nd back post double around that first double of the group of 7. Back post double around each of the next 2, 1 and 2, Then we will work 3 back post double around this next double crochet, which is the 4th or the middle double crochet in that group of 7. So 1 back post double, a 2nd back post double around that same stitch, and 1 more for 3 back post double crochet around that center double of the group of 7. And then we'll back post double crochet around the next 2. And then 2 back post double crochet around that last double crochet of the group of 7. So 1 and 2 back post double around that. So we should have 11 back post double crochet worked around the 7 back post double, or 7 double crochet from last round. Then we're ready to start the repeat again. We'll skip 2 stitches and work those 19 back post half double crochet, and then working our back post doubles as we did already. So you can go ahead and work that around, and I'll meet you just before the end of this round. So after the 5th repeat, working those back post double crochet, you will skip the 2 stitches again and work those 19 back post half double crochet, which should take you just before where we started the round. We'll skip those last 2 back post half double crochet, work 2 back post double around that first double crochet, one and 2 back post double, and then back post double around each of the next 2, 1 and 2, and then we want to work 1 more back post double around that chain 3 where we already have our starting chain 2 and a back post double. So we'll add 1 more back post double crochet there, and then join to the top of the starting chain 2 to finish round 10, a total of 180 stitches. So starting back post slip stitch to start this round to bring the yarn to the back, and chain 2, which counts as a back post double. We'll work a 1 back post double crochet around the next stitch, and 2 back post double around the next. 1 and 2 back post double, back post double around each of the next 2 stitches, and then 2 back post double around the next, which should be the last of that set of back post double crochet. So 2 back post double around this stitch. Skip those first 2 back post half double crochet and work back post half around the next 15. So 1, 2, 3 back post half double crochet, 14 and 15 back post half double crochet. We'll skip those next 2 stitches, back post 2 back post double around that first of the back post double from last round. So 1 and 2 back post double crochet. Just want to give a little tip here. If you find that you're getting quite a large space when you're skipping those 2 stitches before the double crochet, just want to kind of fold over your work a little bit so your hook is closer to the stitch you're working on. I like to hold my forefinger on the loop on the hook as I yarn over. Then when I pull up the loop, keep those tight, and I sort of hold this part of the stitch sometimes too, but when I draw through, I want to make sure I'm drawing through close to the stitch instead of reaching the stitch over to the new stitch, and that keeps the loops just a little bit smaller in there and not as much of a gap. Back post double around each of the next 2, 1 and 2, 2 back post double crochet around the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then back post double around each of the next 3. So those 3 were all worked around the same stitch. We'll just place a back post double around each of those 3. Two back post double crochet around that next stitch, 1 and 2, back post double around the next, each of the next 2, 1 and 2, which should leave us with 1 back post double crochet in that group. We'll place 2 back post double around it, 1 and 2. So 15 back post double crochet worked around that peak. Then we're ready to start the repeat again, skipping 2 stitches and working 15 back post half double crochet, skipping 2 stitches and working those back post double. So you can go ahead and work that all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. So after you've worked your 5 repeats, you will skip those 2 back post half again, work your 15 half double crochet, skip the last 2, work the 2 double back post double around the first stitch, back post double around each of the next 2, 2 back post double around the next stitch, and then we need to place 1 more back post double crochet on that final stitch just before where we started the round and join to the top of our chain 2 to finish this round. Round 12, we'll start with that back post slip stitch again and chain 2 to start this round with our yarn in the back. And that counts as a back post double. We'll work a back post double, 2 back post double around this next stitch. So 1 and 2 back post double around that same stitch. And then we'll back post double around each of the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back post double crochet, and 2 back post double around the next stitch. So then we're ready to start our repeated section. So we'll skip those first 2 stitches again and back post half around the next 11 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 10 and 11 back post half double crochet. We'll skip those next 2 stitches, back post double, 2 back post double around that first double crochet, 1 and 2, back post double around each of the next 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 2 back post double around the next stitch, 1 and 2, back post double around the next, 2 back post double around the next stitch, 1 and 2, and then back post double around each of the next 5. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 2 back post double crochet around that last stitch of this group. Then we're ready to start the repeat again, where we skip the next 2 stitches, back post in 11, and then working those back post double. So go ahead and work that around, and I'll join you at the end. So as you're working that last repeat, you'll finish these back post double crochet, skip those next 2 half double crochet, work the 11 back post half double crochet, skip the last 2, and then working the 2 back post double around that first stitch, 5 back post double, and then we'll work the 2 back post double crochet around the next stitch, 1, oops, there we go, and 2, and ready to join to the top of our chain 2 to end this round. And again, 188 stitches. Round 13, we will start with a chain 3 and double crochet into that same stitch as we joined the end of last round. Double crochet in each of the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oops, and 8 double crochet. Into the next stitch, which should be the last of that set, we will place 2 double crochet, 1 and 2. And that is the beginning of our repeat, that 2 double crochet in that last stitch of this triangle group. Double crochet in each of the next 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 2 double crochet in the next stitch, which should be that first of this next group of stitches around that peak or curve or the petal. So 2 double crochet in that same stitch, double crochet in the next 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then 3 double crochet in the next stitch, which should be that top or the center stitch of that peak. So 3 double crochet in that same stitch, 2 and 3. Double crochet in the next 8. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we would be ready to start the repeat again with a 2 double crochet in the next stitch. So you can go ahead and work that far again, 2 double crochet in a stitch, double crochet in 11, 2 double crochet in the next, double crochet in 8, 3 double crochet in the next, double crochet in 8. So you can work that 4 more times, and I'll meet you just before we end this round. So when you have worked the 5 repeats, we will start again with that 2 double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in 11, 2 double crochet in the next stitch. Then to finish off this round, we will double crochet in each of the next 8 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last double crochet before our starting chain. We do want to make 1 more double crochet in the same stitch as our chain 3 to finish off that group of 3 double crochet in that middle stitch, joining to the top of the chain 3 to finish off this round. If you're working in multiple colors, you will want to change back to color A. So I just did that on my pull through of the slip stitch join to the end of round 13. And then for round 14, using color A, we will do that back post slip stitch around the chain 3 from last round to bring our yarn to the back. Chain 2, which counts as a back post half double crochet. Then we will back post half around each of the next 14 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 13, and 14 back post half double crochet. Skip 2 stitches, and then we'll 7 double crochet in this next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 double crochet all in that same stitch. We'll skip the next 2 stitches and then back post half around each of the next 29 stitches. So that's 3, 27, 28, and 29 back post half double crochet. And then we're ready to repeat that again with a skip 2 stitches, 7 double crochet in the next, skip 2 stitches, back post half in 29. So you can work that around, and I'll meet you just before we work the final set. So when you have finished the 5 repeats, you'll want to skip those 2 stitches, place the 7 double crochet in the next stitch, skip 2, and then you will just back post half double crochet in 14, which should be the last stitch then before where we started, and we'll join to this top of that chain 2 to finish off this round. So there should be a total of 216 stitches. Round 15 continues with color A, and we'll work that back post to slip stitch around our starting chain 2 from last round. And chain 2 again, which counts as a back post half. We will back post half double crochet around each of the next 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 12 back post half double crochet. And we'll skip these last 2 stitches before that group of 7 double crochet. We want to make 2 back post double around the first of those double crochets. So 2 back post double crochet around the first stitch of that group of 7. Back post double around each of the next 2 double crochet. So 1 and 2. And then we'll place 3 back post double around the next stitch, which should be the 4th and the center stitch of that group of 7. So 1 back post double, 2 back post double, and 1 more for 3 back post double all around that same center double crochet. Back post double around the next 2, and then 2 back post double around that last stitch of the group of 7. 1 and 2. Skip the next 2 stitches, back post half double crochet around each of the next 25 stitches. So that's 2, 3, 23, 24, and 25 back post half double crochet. Then I'm ready to skip those 2 and work the back post double around the group of 7. So you can go ahead and repeat that 4 more times, and I will meet you as we finish up the last repeat to end this side. So when you have worked your repeats around, you will want to work 1 more time around this peak with those 2 double crochet in the first stitch, 2 back post double, 3 back post double around the center stitch, 2 back post double, and then 2 back post around the last stitch. And then we will skip those first 2 stitches, back post half double crochet in the last 12 stitches of the side. Slip stitching to the top of our starting chain 2 to finish this round. Should have a total of 216 stitches. For round 16, we will start with that back post slip stitch again around that starting chain 2 from last round, and then chain 2 counting as our first back post half double crochet. Then we will back post half around each of the next 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We'll skip those last 2 half double crochet. We'll make 2 back post double around the first back post double, So 2 back post double around this first stitch, back post double around each of the next 2, 1 and 2, two back post double around the next stitch, and then a back post double around each of the next 3. So those are the 3 that we made all around the same stitch last round. So back post double around each of those center 3, 2 back post double in the next, and back post double around each of the next 2 stitches, and that should bring us to the last back post double of that center set, and we'll make 2 back post double around that last stitch of that set. Then we'll skip the 2 stitches again and back post half around 21. Okay, so that is our repeat, skipping the 2 stitches, working these back post double around this part here, skipping 2 stitches and 21 back post half double crochet. So you can go ahead and work those repeats a total of 5 times, and then I will meet you to show you the ending of this round. So as you finish up your 5 repeats, you'll want to skip those next 2 stitches and work the 2 back post double around that same next stitch, then 2 more back post double, 2 around the next stitch, 3 back post double, 2 around the next, 2 back post double, and 2 around the last of that petal, skip 2, and then we'll back post half double crochet in each of the next 10 stitches, joining to the top of our chain 2 to finish off this round. You should have a total of 216 stitches for this round. We'll back post slip stitch around that same starting chain and chain 2 to count as a back post half double crochet. Then we'll back post half around each of the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, oops, there we go, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, leaving 2 stitches to skip again, 2 back post double around the next stitch, and then back post double around each of the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 back post double around the next stitch, and back post double around the next. So that stitch there should be our center stitch of the peak. And then coming down the other side, we will 2 back post double around the next stitch, 1 and 2, back post double in each of the next 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we should only have one back post double left. We'll make 2 back post double around that stitch. 1 and 2. We'll skip the 2 stitches again, and then this time we're back post half double crochet around 17. Okay, so you can work those back post doubles around the peak as I've shown you, back post half in 17, skipping the 2 stitches on either end of those 17. So you can work that repeat a total of 5 times, and I'll meet you back for the end of this round. So on the last repeat, you'll work those back post doubles around this peak part of the petal. Skip the first 2 stitches and then work 8 back post half double crochet, slip stitching to the top of our chain 2 to finish this round, 216 stitches again. Round 18, we'll begin with that back post slip stitch again around the chain 2 and chain 2 to act as our first back post half double crochet. Then we will back post half around each of the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Skip the next 2 stitches, or those last 2 stitches, working the back post double crochet around that first of the back post double, and 1 more. So 2 back post double around the first back post double. Back post double around the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll do that 2 more times. So back post double, 2 back post double around this next stitch. Back post double around the next 5. 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, and 5. Two back post double around the next stitch. 1 and 2. Back post double around the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we should have 1 last back post double. We'll work 2 back post double around there. 1 and 2. We'll skip the next 2 stitches and back post half around the next 13. And so that you will repeat all the way around. So working those sets of 2 back post double and 5, 3 times around the peak, plus 2 in the last, skipping 2, back post half in 13, and skip 2 to work the peak again. So continue that 5 times around, and I'll meet you on that 6th repeat to show you the ending of this round. So on the last repeat, you'll work those back post doubles around this peak part of the petal. Skip the first 2 stitches and then work 8 back post half double crochet, slip stitching to the top of our chain 2 to finish this round, 216 stitches again. Round 18, we'll begin with that back post slip stitch again around the chain 2 and chain 2 to act as our first back post half double crochet. Then we will back post half around each of the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Skip the next 2 stitches, or those last 2 stitches, working the back post double crochet around that first of the back post double, and 1 more. So 2 back post double around the first back post double. Back post double around the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll do that 2 more times. So back post double, 2 back post double around this next stitch. Back post double around the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 back post double around the next stitch. 1 and 2. Back post double around the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we should have 1 last back post double. We'll work 2 back post double around there. 1 and 2. We'll skip the next 2 stitches and back post half around the next 13. And so that you will repeat all the way around. So working those sets of 2 back post double and 5, 3 times around the peak, plus 2 in the last, skipping 2, back post half in 13, and skip 2 to work the peak again. So continue that 5 times around, and I'll meet you on that 6th repeat to show you the ending of this round. So as we finish up our round, we've worked around that last peak, those sets of 2 back post double and 5 back post double around that whole peak. For the last part, you will be left to back post half double crochet in those last 6 stitches before we join to our starting chain 2 to finish off this round with 216 stitches. Round 19, the final round for part 3. We will chain 3 where we left off, which counts as a double crochet, and then double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Make 2 double crochet in the next stitch and double crochet in the next 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So where we made those 2 double crochet in the same stitch, that's the start of the repeat for round 19. So we did those 2 double in the same stitch, double crocheted in the next 10, 3 double crochet in the next stitch, which should be our peak, double crochet in the next 10, that's 2, 3, 9, and 10. Then we'll place 2 double crochet in the next stitch, which should be the last of those back post double crochet. And then we'll double crochet in the next 13. 1, 2, and 13 double crochet. Okay, so then we're ready to start a repeat again. 2 double crochet in the same stitch, double crochet in 10, 3 double crochet in the next, double crochet in 10, 2 double crochet in the next, double crochet in 13. So you can work that all the way around, and I'll meet you just before we finish this round. So as we finish up our round, we've worked around that last peak, those sets of 2 back post double and 5 back post double around that whole peak. For the last part, you will be left to, so after your 5 repeats, you will want to do that set on the peak again of the 2 double crochet in one stitch, 10 double crochet, 3 double crochet in the next stitch, 10 double crochet, ending with the 2 double crochet in that last back post double. And then we'll just work a double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches, slip stitching to the top of the starting chain 3, and changing to color C on that slip stitch as well. So part 3, this last round, round 19, has a total of 240 stitches.